Yes, you guys know how this usually starts. Me saying, this is big. This is a big one. But this one right now, this block right here, this one is literally, this is huge. This is huge even for me, especially in the beginning. But I think that once you get over this little block, you apply it later and you understand that, oh wow, this is only, you really feel this strongly at the very beginning. And that is feeling not qualified. Not qualified. Not qualified to talk about what you really feel like talking about, not qualified to teach what you really want to teach, not qualified to share your journey and tell people what they can do and what they should do. Qualifications, like this is a joke. This eliminate this from your mind. If you are human, living in this human experience, and you have overcome something, you have fought your own battles, you've broke mosquitoes in here, and you've broke out of your own prisons, and you've learned how to do something and overcome something, then you're qualified. You're qualified because you've done it. Like, oh, I can't teach someone how to walk, but you've walked. So there's something you know. Maybe it's not the best thing, the best perfect way to do things. You're not a certified teacher, but you can help people. You just did it. You did it your way. That's one way. It's not the official way that you should do it, but you did it your way. And maybe your way would help someone else, like understand, who learns like you do. It would help them to get out of their own way and what's bothering them, because they don't learn the traditional way. I can give you a very example. I never was a big reader. Like, I never read. I didn't like to read. And I want to say by about when I was like 28 or something, and I know it's late, I still was reading. I would just read randomly, but I didn't become a avid, like, I like this book, I'm buying it. Like, if you guys tell me about a book right now and it's good and it's something I'm looking into, I will buy the book without ever hesitating. And it wasn't until someone said to me, or they didn't even say it to me, they were on a YouTube video, I believe, and I saw them just randomly say it. They're like, yeah, you should read, because what it took someone 25 years to learn, you can learn in 4 or 5 hours reading their book. And I never heard that. I've heard stay in school, read books. I've heard this. My family pushed me to do it, school, everything. But I never heard it that way. Like, if someone said, oh, what it took someone a lifetime to learn, you can learn in 2 hours reading this book. And that was the breaking point. Was it certified way? No. But it was a way. And before then, what started me reading was one of my teachers. I was learning to take the ACT, which is a big test you have to take before you go to college at 18. He's like, oh, you just need to read anything. He's like, what do you like? And I was like, I like special forces. And he gave me a list of authors. And that's the first time I ever started reading. Because he wasn't a qualified teacher of how to read. He just said, just read anything. And I was like, wait, I don't have to read books on history and all that kind of stuff. He's like, no, read what you want. It's about reading. And those were two ways. Were they qualified? Like, am I qualified to run a mastermind? Am I qualified to have a vlog? Am I qualified to speak on how I feel? What is that makes you ask, what is qualified? What's it mean to be qualified? How do you determine qualified? You know, everyone learns differently. And I think that if you're using that as an excuse, which is you'll use it in the beginning, I'm not qualified to really teach people how to cook. Yes, you are. If you cooked before, you're qualified. You're qualified by the simple fact that you've done it. You did it. You overcame the humps and the problems, and you did it. That qualifies you. So please don't think you need a certain qualification or certification to do this kind of stuff. There are things, yes, that you need it for. But for the most part, 95% of the things that you want to share, there's no wrong way to do it, because there's no right way to do it. Your way of traveling maybe isn't the best way. It's not on the top 10 ways to travel, but someone out there is going to want to do it that way. Someone's going to want to travel that way. And I think it's so important that you guys don't get stuck in, I'm not qualified, I'm not certified, I need one more certification, I need to spend money on this. No, you're qualified by just being here, speaking about it, speaking your truth, and always speaking your truth. You're always qualified. Explain to people your way, how you got out of it, how you broke through depression, how you got through anxiety, how you started to put yourself out there, and you put that out there in your way makes you qualified. And then you'll be understanding, like, wow, that helped someone, and I wasn't even qualified. Yes, because being qualified, it doesn't really matter when it comes to helping people. You can still share your story. If I don't think you're qualified, if I'm looking for someone who's qualified, then okay, I won't come to you. But if I'm just looking for help and I see you, then you're qualified for me. You helped me. that makes you qualified. So think about this. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it hold you back. And like I say, it'll really hurt you just in the beginning. And after you break through it and you realize that I can help anyone at any time with something that I have in my mind, in my brain, you can help people all the time. And qualifications are not needed when it comes to helping people because you can do it in your own unique way. And by you having already done it, that qualifies you to help other people do it.